Everyone says they want good things in life: happiness, stability, love, success, peace. But wanting something and letting yourself actually receive it are two completely different skills. And this is where most people struggle without even realizing it. There is a moment, right before something good enters your life, when your mind suddenly becomes suspicious. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts start analyzing every angle. You begin imagining what could go wrong. And without ever saying it out loud, you start slowly sabotaging the very thing your heart was asking for. A wise mentor once told me that people don't fear failure nearly as much as they fear expansion. Because expansion forces you to grow, to evolve, to step into a bigger version of yourself. And even though that bigger version may be everything you want, it also demands responsibility, maturity, vulnerability, and courage. So when something good appears, your nervous system panics. Not because the good thing is dangerous, but because it is unfamiliar. And as humans, we are addicted to the familiar, even when the familiar hurts. Imagine someone who grew up in a household where good moments never lasted. Maybe the calm always came before an argument. Maybe affection always came before neglect. Maybe every promise was followed by disappointment. A child raised in an unstable emotional environment learns something very real, very quickly. Good things are unpredictable. Good things are temporary. Good things hurt when they disappear. That child grows up believing that happiness is not a safe emotion. They learn that hope is dangerous. They learn that joy is fragile. And eventually, they develop an unconscious rule. It's better to destroy something good yourself than to wait for life to take it away from you. Fast forward to adulthood. This same person meets someone kind and stable. They get an opportunity they've been waiting for. They receive an invitation to grow, to evolve, to step into a new chapter. And suddenly, their body reacts as if danger is approaching. Not because the moment is wrong, but because their nervous system is replaying old emotional memories. The mind whispers, "This feels too good. Something bad must be coming." And before they even realize it, they begin sabotaging. They pick fights. They procrastinate. They pull away. They go silent. They lose motivation. They overthink until their anxiety convinces them to step back. Then later, they say, "Something told me it wasn't meant to be." But it wasn't intuition. It was fear. Self-sabotage doesn't scream. It whispers. It disguises itself as logic. Take it slow. Maybe now isn't the right time. You should wait a little longer. You're not ready yet. You don't deserve this yet. These thoughts feel rational, but they are actually emotional avoidance wearing the costume of responsibility. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine someone who wants to get in shape. They start exercising. They feel excited the first week. Then they miss one day. Suddenly, old beliefs come rushing back. "See, I knew I couldn't stay consistent." Instead of correcting the mistake, they use the mistake as evidence against themselves. They quit before they can disappoint themselves further. That is self-sabotage in its purest form, abandoning the climb because you're afraid of falling. Or think about relationships. How many times have you seen someone push away a partner who actually treats them with respect and affection? Instead of leaning into the connection, they become distant. They question the person's motives. They overanalyze minor flaws. They convince themselves they're not ready or need time to heal. Even though what scares them is not love, it's the possibility that love could leave. So they sabotage the relationship before it has the chance to challenge their belief that they are unlovable. Here's something uncomfortable but deeply true. Receiving good things requires identity change. And identity change is one of the most difficult processes a human can go through. If you've spent years believing you're someone who fails, someone who gets abandoned, someone who doesn't deserve abundance, someone who always gets overlooked, someone who always struggles, then receiving something good forces you to confront the possibility that your old identity was wrong. And the ego hates being wrong. That's why self-sabotage isn't a mindset problem. It's an identity problem. The mind always tries to prove itself right. If you believe deep down that you're not meant for good things, you will destroy anything that contradicts that belief. This is why genuinely good people sometimes reject healthy love, push away opportunities, hide from their own potential, or stay stuck in cycles that drain them. Not because they want pain, but because pain is familiar, and the familiar feels safe. Let's go deeper. Sabotage happens because receiving requires vulnerability. When you allow something good into your life, you risk attachment. And with attachment comes the possibility of loss. So the mind tries to avoid that risk. It convinces you that staying small is safer, that not trying is safer, that keeping your guard up is safer. But this safety has a price. Your life remains smaller than your potential. Another example. Imagine someone who finally gets the chance to start the business they've been dreaming about. Suddenly, they procrastinate, delay, overanalyze, or distract themselves. Every step forward feels heavy. Every small detail becomes a reason to say, maybe I'm not ready. But the truth is, the opportunity isn't what scares them. What scares them is the version of themselves they need to become to match the opportunity. A more confident version, a version with boundaries, a version with discipline, a version that believes in themselves. It's not the dream that intimidates them, it's their own greatness. Now, let's talk about the spiritual dimension of self-sabotage. Every time you destroy a blessing before it can bloom, you're not rejecting the blessing. You're rejecting the version of yourself who is capable of holding it. Your soul wants expansion. It wants peace. It wants growth. It wants to rise into new chapters. But your body is still loyal to old patterns. And healing is the process of teaching the body to feel with the things the soul desires. So how do you stop sabotaging good things? Not through force, not through discipline alone. You break the pattern gently through awareness and nervous system healing. First, notice the exact moment the sabotage begins. It might be a tightening in your stomach, a sudden urge to withdraw, a wave of overthinking. You don't need to change it yet. Just notice it. Awareness interrupts the automatic pattern. Second, regulate the body. Place a hand on your chest and breathe slowly. Tell yourself, I am safe. I can receive. It sounds simple, almost too simple, but emotional patterns are stored in the body, not in logic. Calm the body, and the mind follows. Third, practice receiving small things. When someone compliments you, don't deflect. Say, thank you. When someone offers help, accept it. A positive opportunity appears. Let yourself consider it instead of shutting down. Receiving small things teaches your nervous system that good things are not threats. Fourth, question your fear. Ask, is this fear about the present moment, or is it coming from an old memory? This separates the past from the present. And once you see the difference, the fear loses half its power. Fifth, build a new identity. Identity is like gravity. It pulls your behavior toward its definition. If you want to stop sabotaging, you need to adopt a new internal narrative. Instead of, I'm someone who ruins good things, shift to, I'm someone who can hold good things. Even if you don't fully believe it at first, repeat it until it becomes familiar. Familiarity creates safety. Safety creates openness. Openness creates change. Let me give you a simple analogy. Imagine someone who has spent years walking barefoot on sharp rocks. Their feet become hardened. Their body learns to be tense. Suddenly, they are placed on soft grass. At first, the softness feels suspicious. The comfort feels wrong. Their body expects. That's what growth feels like at first. Not joyful, not comfortable, but suspicious, until the nervous system learns that softness is allowed. And one last thing, you are not the part of you that sabotages. You are the one who notices the pattern. That means you can change it. You can rewrite your story. You can learn to receive. You can allow yourself to grow. You can let something good stay without pushing it away. So let me ask you a question that might shift everything. What good thing are you currently refusing because deep down you don't feel ready to receive it? And who would you become if you finally stopped running from the blessings that life keeps trying to give you? If this message opens something inside you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who might need it. Your healing begins when you stop shrinking away from the life you deserve.